Morgan runs the station at Corrour, one of 30 on the West Highland line, which runs north from Glasgow over some of the wildest terrain in Britain. For a century, signalmen have kept the trains running to provide Highlanders with a link to the outside world. But now, like so many traditional skills, they're being superseded by 20th century technology. Mike Donkin reports.
On the face of it, life hasn't changed much in a century for the men who run the remote railway lines of the Scottish Highlands. But behind the picture postcard appearance, new ways of doing things are taking over.
Roger, 5708.
Go ahead.
Miles of Scotland's railways consist of just one track. The job and the cost of carving them out made anything more impossible. The problem is making sure there's never a train coming the other way on each stretch. This is the latest answer, radio signalling. One man and a computer can now ensure the safety that it's always taken a string of men at stations down the line to guarantee before. It's all down to the microchip and the men like Jimmy Morgan who helped to pioneer it. That was some time ago. Today, ironically, Jimmy is a railwayman, and one of those who technology is about to replace. Tired of the rat race, he came to work as signalman at Corrour station, a spot that's wild and lonely, even by Highland standards.
I knew this place from a long, long time back. I used to come as a youth, fishing, and I loved the place, peace and tranquility that was there. So if you're a person that can appreciate the nature and the beauty of the surroundings, then it's not lonely. Loneliness can only be a frame of mind.
A good thing, with the walking season over, the only two passengers for the morning train are Jimmy's daughters. As for other station staff, there's his wife Christine, who also looks after the mail. With the nearest home 5 miles across granite and bogland, just a handful of letters can make this the most arduous of postal rounds. And it's more than that. With no roads, Christine and the railway station help out in crises. Anything from fetching a loaf of bread to rescuing an injured walker.
There's been 2 or 3 incidents of people in the winter in trouble in the hills when they were very pleased to make a beeline for the station as the only place of civilization to find someone to raise the alarm for assistance.
Back in Corrour's station office, testimony to the value passengers from afar put on the welcome they've found here. But the process of dismantling that welcome is already underway. The signal levers are disconnected. Only this part of the old system remains. The brass token keys in their leather wallet, which Jimmy must presently hand to every driver to tell them the single track is theirs and theirs alone. When the computer takes on that task, Jimmy will be redundant. But if British Rail lets him, he'll stay at the station unpaid.
They can't take away, no matter what system they've got, they can't take away the human element. It has to be there. And a place such remote as what it is, you've saw it for yourself, there's no way that can you take it away. People will never allow it to go away.
Jimmy plans to provide what the computer can't, a kind word, contact with the world outside the moor.
Jogging up the railway on the West Highland line.
Waiting for the evening train. There'll be no need to soon for those who work the length of this lonely line. But at Corrour, the trains will still be met by the couple who've come to look on this railway as their own.
Mike Donkin reporting.